Well, hey there, channel. Austin here from the TryingToAdult channel. We are in day 2 of San Diego. We have made it through day 1 of the anime convention, San Diego Anime. We're going to be headed to Anime 619 first today, and then making our way to day 2 of San Diego Anime. Now, we're currently cosplaying in Lucky Rugen. Unfortunately, I didn't bring additional cosplays, and I did forget part of my cosplay, so we're going to be making our way out there and having some fun. Yeah, let's see how the day goes. Yesterday was a blast. I went to some panels. I even met another YouTuber who goes to conventions in Southern California. Check her channel out, Girl at the Con. So let's get our day started and head off to downtown San Diego, San Diego Convention Center.
He's going out of town on Thanksgiving. I have no plans for that, so I'm not going to do that today.
Fun because I have to stress myself out.
We had like this big duffel bag with just like this pink tag that just said bag there. That's one of my favorites. I need a little bit. That one, I just like.
Holding up good?
Huh?
Still holding up?
Yeah, I got here kind of late today, but went to Anime 619 earlier.
How did that go?
It's terrible. I'm gonna be honest, like, so I got there, paid $25 for parking, walked a long way in, and you go in, it's one vendor hall.
Yeah.
It's mixed with like artist alley. It's not very organized. The vendors are a lot less friendly.
From what I was picking up, and again, their advertisements weren't the greatest. They heavily emphasize their
the voice actors.
Yeah. And that's
So
what most-
people are definitely there for the voice actors. I can understand. That's not my MO. I went around, chatted up with a few vendors, bought like one thing, and that was like after an hour, I was like, it's time to go, because I was like, I'm not gonna make it to like the panels. I do like going to panels and watching the voice actors like, kind of like chit chat and like talk about things, but it was not the greatest.
Yeah.
But I'm glad
I feel like with like these ones, like again, I think we talked about it earlier. Is like it's a lot more neat, like a more conjoined niche, and everyone kind of knows everyone. So like we're all like really good friends, and even like I've gone to this con as a cohort. This is like my I think first year here doing vending. I'm getting like some of their other like cons mixed up whether I've done or not. But like everyone's been super nice, and I've known the staff for a long time. So just because my friend who's usually here actually was like one of the first like Fangia staff members when they first like started Fangia. So like I've known a lot of them, and obviously like I've seen them in other cons.
even the attendees. Like I saw a few people from here go there, but the general baseline attendees going were just had an unfriendly vibe.
Yeah, it just didn't seem like it had soul. Is like what because I've heard kind of the same thing from other people. Yeah, you gotta go, man. They want everyone. What's up?
How's it going?
Hello. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing from a lot of people. Like you said, if they're there for VAs,
it's definitely like one of those conventions where like the vendors are there to make their money back, and they're not there to like. I had like a few chatted up with me. Obviously like people are gonna tour to like make their money at different conventions, but I was probably there within like within the first 30 minutes. And like I was standing at one booth, like staring at an item, thinking maybe I should buy this, maybe I shouldn't buy this. Probably like for like 5 minutes, and they didn't even acknowledge that I was like there, and I was literally the only person. So I was like, I was just like, I don't expect someone to be like go out of their way and be like, hey, let's be best friends, but like, hey, how's it going? And go back to do what you're doing.
Like if I'm gonna be transparent, I came into this knowing we probably weren't gonna make our table back because I know like how the merch sells. But my goal here is to get our name out, give business cards, get people interested, let them know we're trying to pick up other artists, and that kind of stuff.
There were a lot of drop shippers and a lot of like people who are like have generic items that you can buy online and resell for like a marked up price. I saw a handful of artists and a handful of things, and the vendor space was that just, hey, I'm here to make some money.
That was like a big thing. When I was talking to Ricky about like we were doing the booth the first time, I was like, listen, your shirts are great, but you gotta emphasize the artists. They put in the work. You gotta know that you're putting that out. You're putting that, like, even though they can't be here selling the art, you gotta let them know like who's responsible for this. Like,
much like my friend here, I am also a musician turned actor. So my journey started when I was 12. Were you long enough when you started? Okay, it was much younger. Well, I started talking when I was 1. It's not a contest. It's a game of torture. Violin is no, sure, yeah. No, I played violin. I played violin too when I was a kid. I hated it because my parents made me do it. So I started rapping when I was 12 and singing when I was 15. And in the industry at that time, it was very unaccepting of Asian Americans, or just Asians in general. And so I faced a lot of like discriminatory things in terms of like not getting the opportunities that I wanted because of that. So I went independent and I built like my own fan base and opportunities because of that. But it's also the same reason I became an actor, because I've always wanted to do something in the mainstream space, because like being Asian American, we're oftentimes not seen and heard. And I wanted to be someone who can help humanize us. You know what I mean? Like I believe in this like phrase called narrative plenitude, which is where it's like if you have representation, it's not about just one person representing the whole world. It's about like different kinds of people being able to tell their stories in different ways.
Went to Anime 609 earlier today. Ran some errands, chilled at a hotel room because you need to relax and recoup when you're out and about at anime conventions. Still in my Lucky Blue cosplay. I had to wash it today, wearing it again. So I'm having a great time. I've chatted up with some vendors. I've gone to a panel. Checked out the first floor, day 2. It's great. Real chill atmosphere, a lot of cool people, and I do really enjoy the smaller conventions. In my local area, I really wish we had a hotel that was spread out over space that accommodated this kind of convention, had this kind of like spacing to do it. But I digress. We're here, I'm having a good time. At some point, I plan on driving my rental back to my hotel room and Ubering here. I'm literally half a mile away. I would prefer not to walk just because how it's set up from where I'm at. You have to take a frontage road, and I don't want to get hit by a vehicle, but that happens at conventions. You don't always have to stay at the convention grounds or at the event grounds at the hotel. You can always stay at somewhere else and then come in. Usually places with enough space to accommodate a convention at a hotel. Their prices for hotel rooms are a little bit higher. The convenience sometimes outweighs things, but if you're going to plan on zooming around and getting a rental anyways, if you're traveling to a convention, or if you're using your personal vehicle, you know, it doesn't hurt to be off-site. So we're going to explore some more. I'm having a great time. Definitely recommend coming to this convention. I think I will be back in the San Diego area at some point to at least go to Fangia or Hentai Matsuri. Yes, I'm going to go to an adult anime convention. So don't sleep on this convention. It's a great atmosphere, and the organizers know that they're doing this for the fans.
Before recording, do share it with me. My email's on that. I love to see like fan recordings of the game, people either playing or watching it being played.
Okay, I'll save this.
Feel free.
I typically do like 20 to 35-minute segments of like conventions, and I'll.
That's perfect. Our games are 30 minutes or less, so that fits in perfect.
Yeah, I mean it'll just be like a snippet, but like, you know, I go to conventions and I put out YouTube videos.
My email's on that webpage. Shoot me a link if you have a video that's posted.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You can't harm weapons. Weapons is your weapons.
I'm just happy that this exists. I was at Anime 619 earlier, and it was at the convention center.
And he was really young too.
He was not really young. You made it sound like he was 20.
Hey, I worked at a retirement home. The checkout age was 95.
I'm sure he was pretty when he passed.
He still had those locks though. He still had them.
All right, and the next one here we're going to talk about is COM. Sorry, they're all acronyms too. It was mostly manga magazine started in December 1966 by Osamu Tezuka and published by his company Mushi Productions. And it started in response to the success of Garo.
I like the sex.
And it was a way for Tezuka and other artists to showcase more avant-garde and experimental works in manga.
So Mushi Productions does not exist anymore. It went out like in the 70s. The last thing they produced was a movie called The Belladonna of Sadness. That's another feminist classic.
And we have Comiket, which started in 1975. And I'm going to skip a lot of this. The first Comiket was organized and aimed in a period of immense change in the manga medium. And it also was a response to top culture of the experimental manga magazine, the one we just mentioned, COM, and the rise of the Year 24 group, Rose of Versailles, Brother Dear Brother, the ones we mentioned earlier. And there's a lot here. I'm just going to skip it out. Oh, we can just move on. Well, it was awesome.
So Comiket is still around.
It's like a big convention.
It's a convention. It's very, very large.
Because they have it in twice a year. It's winter Comiket and summer Comiket. Yeah, it's like Comic-Con's population times 2.
It's quite a bit.
We're having our own right here in this room. And then we have June, which started in 1978, which is another magazine, and has published works of both established authors such as Keiko
Takamiya.
And amateur authors. And this one is very famous. He was still running today, I believe? Or, okay, well, maybe in the 90s it was around?
I believe it's still, because June now, I believe it does not exist. I know there was a English translation line that was done by Digital Manga Publishing called June because they modeled it after that. I don't even know what happened to Digital Manga Publishing. They pretty much went the way of the dodo.
But this one featured Yuri, yes, and GL?
Mostly BL.
Yeah. Oh, mostly BL.
If not specifically BL. Alright.
Oh,
And
recommendations.
Yes.
And how we became fans. Okay. So, when it comes to GL, we'll review for the straight people, Girls Love, and Yuri.
Right.
So I would say probably the first we mentioned Revolutionary Girl Utena.
Oh, yes.
And that's how I also found Brother Dear Brother, which is the author's name. Yeah, what's her name again? We mentioned her. Ryoko. I think it's longer than that.
Yeah.
Well, her.
Ryoko Adia.
Oh, okay.
Fill my heart with song. Let me sing for all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please.
Never even listen to chronic. I got that green on me, baby Yoda. I'm good fellas on the screen like I'm Ray Liotta. Dominate like a Polaroid. First Asian rapper with a perm soldier boy. You way too humble, but I'll exploit your dime. Think you average like a 6, but I'll be the 9. But I ain't copy you no plain 6. Touch and go, we can link, this a day trip. She reminiscing on the wood like Tay Diggs. Alan Z, but she thought I was a straight kid. And all I'm gonna to say is this shit here, throw bananas. Got the well man, Fresh Prince of Atlanta. She ain't want me there now with us. Ain't no minute man, got us down for the cameras. Lost a couple friends who were jealous. Try to hold me back, but I'm back and I'm better. She ain't want me there now with her.